and welcome to Newark, Delaware for the 2021 Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. This is stop 4 of 5 on the PDGA National Tour. We've got BigBarri commentary, Jeremy Koling, joined by the Yules, Paul Yules Bars. What's up, dude?
Hey man, things are good. Grip 6 low profile, Nikko Locastro currently sitting in 26th in National Tour points race, but I expect him to finish higher than that at the end of the year. Andrew Fish is a past champion. 2017. No surprise there. He is a great woodsman. Chris Dickerson currently sitting 8th. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves up the ranks as well. He is a magician in the forest. Nathan Queen, solid. Also a woodsman. I like those glasses.
He's got the look today for sure. And we're getting right into the action. Hole 1 is a par 4, 605 feet, and it is a left to right moving tee shot with these rocks right here being a pretty common theme on this course. Iron Hill, maybe that implies all the different iron ore with all these rocks. That might not make sense, but either way, you want to get your drive turned over and you want to not hyzer in early because it's really going to pinch off this approach on the second shot, which has been pushed back a bit from years past, and onto an elevated platform green.
There also is an out of bounds left.
My name is Nikko Locastro. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Everybody changes their style slightly, and I'm always learning and relearning and trying to figure out new ways to improve my form, improve my health. So yeah, I feel like part of the change is just a progression that I'm going through as a player. Year by year, I'm picking up new skills and finding new ways to just be my best. I feel like playing all these different courses across the country has definitely helped mold my game and make me the player that I am today. I feel like a lot of these locations, I'm coming back for the 10th time, and we're picking up new tour stops along the way, and the courses are also progressing and changing quite a bit and getting longer and more technical and tighter fairways and more OB. So I feel like the game of disc golf has come a long way since I started playing, and I feel like the courses are only going to get longer, harder, and more technical. There's so many players coming up in all these different areas that there's 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that are competing with tour veterans that have been playing for 10 and 20 years. It's an exciting time to be playing disc golf in 2021, and I'm very excited to be here in Delaware and try to showcase my skills as a player. I've worked really hard to get to this point in my career, and I feel like I still got some good wins left in me and a lot of good play. I wouldn't really say that one style defines me as a player. I think a lot of people know me as like a person that hits flex lines because that's what people have perceived me to be. They're like, oh, Nikko always is throwing the flex shot and reversing it out of his hand. But you'll see out here that I got a lot of hyzer flip game. I throw my putters straight. I could throw on any angle. So I wouldn't really say that one style defines me as a player. I'll be 33 in less than a month, September 16th, 1988, and I feel like I'm still getting better as a player. I feel like I'm the best that I've ever been now, and I still have a long way to go. Just trying to treat myself right, put my mind, my body first, health, trying to think about the ways that I can feel my best and then perform my best as a player. It's just so exciting to be out here. You see all the spectators. I mean, the parking lots are filled up. Every place that I go, every course I go to, there's more people rolling in. Here comes James Conrad right now. It's going to be tough for him to find parking in that van. It's an extremely exciting time to be playing disc golf, and I'm very grateful for all the people that come here to support us. The competitors that I play against, world-class players every single weekend. So when you win these days, it feels more special than 10 years ago. Maybe it's because I am getting a little older and it is getting harder and harder to win, but it's a special time. The sport is extremely meaningful to me, and I am grateful to be where I'm at today.
Veteran Nikko Locastro, he's going to be showing his woods game today. Iron Hill, one of the most difficult courses on tour.
This is a popular play. Putter right up the gut. You don't need a lot of distance. You just need to land in the middle.
Reds, Baltimore, Maryland, Andrew Fish.
I was mentioning there is out of bounds left up by the basket. If you do go out of bounds, you have to proceed to a drop zone, which is kind of a unique style for this type of golf to have just an OB line in the middle of the woods.
Andrew Fish historically has done very well at this event, as we mentioned earlier, the 2017 champion. There has not been a repeat Open champion, just like there hasn't been a repeat champion, at least at the National Tour level here, like Idlewild. So will we see a new winner of this event this week? Obviously, our past champion 2 years ago is Matt Bell, or at least our reigning champion. Chris going forehand, and that's going to be in a great spot.
North Carolina, Nathan Queen.
I do feel like this sets up well for a lefty, just with the landing zones and being able to drift it. He has all the angles, obviously, but even for this first shot, the way that it's setting up for his drive. There's a few, obviously, on every course that it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't set up well for your preferred angle, but
I think the whole course sets up pretty well for a lefty and a forehand player, a right-hand forehand player. And that's probably why Andrew Fish does so well. He's such an incredible backhand turnover control player. 3 of these cards being from the East Coast and Nikko being from Missouri, but obviously the veteran that he is, he's got all types of game. Woods, Open, you name it.
Well, I've said this before. I think that Nikko has the most angles out of any player, and he can switch up his speeds as well.
And that'll be a little short on the birdie run, but that was a good effort there.
So I got his back when he says that he has all the game. I can attest for that. I've seen it. Okay, tricky little spot here.
And this is what happens if you get off the fairway just a bit. Like a lot of these woods courses we've played lately, I mean, look at what he had to do just to fight that. And what a great shot that was. Just to get in putting range. Incredible.
Now, the thing about this place is you do need to have a scramble game. And as you see him stretch out, that would have been a really easy lefty forehand that he doesn't have. So that could cripple him a little bit on a course like this. Dickerson making it look simple.
Just throwing it exactly like you drew it up. Nice little putter turnover. Low, sliding up to the platform. Nikko probably just going to lay this one up under the basket. Not trying to get too crazy on the first hole, and he's done so well. And just this little bit of a pushback that they've had on the screen here has made this hole so much more difficult. I mean, this has been one of the easier holes in the course, and now it's actually averaging 0.09 above par, which is considerably tougher than it's been in the past. And Chris has that one up and in, a great starting birdie. Only a fifth of the field was able to do that at 20% birdies. Most of the field was able to get away with par at 54%, but then we did have a quarter of the field at bogey and above.
I like this green.
And if you leave it short, it's a scary putt.
Yeah, absolutely. They did well with the design here.
So, bunch of pars and a good birdie there for Chris Dickerson. And on to hole 2. And this just really showcases what this course has for par 3s. It is incredibly tough. And look at this gap here. For a 380-foot par 3, you have the width of just a little bit wider than an umbrella. And then you have some trees on the back side of the fairway that really shape the back end of your flight that has to be in such a specific corridor. Otherwise, you're going to come up short. This hole is bogeyed so much.
You have to really hang this tight on the left hand. As you see him barely get around that tree, that is what he's looking for, but that needs to flip up straight. So he was super close to hitting the perfect line there. That, in my opinion, wasn't a bad shot. Just a little tiny bit off. And when you're talking about, as he hits another one, when you're talking about feet and disc golf, you know, if this is a wide open hole, those are both probably in the circle.
If not parked.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not the way it is here in the woods. You got to hit these lines, and if you're off by an inch, you get punished Andrew Fish doesn't look like he's off by much at all, just a little bit long even.
Yeah, and if you do push it to the right a little bit there, you do have to kind of get a little bit lucky. That's not what he was aiming for, but he's going to get rewarded with a birdie look here.
I tend to agree with you, but I would bet you that Andrew might have said that he's been out here enough he knows the back doorways to get on the greens around here. And God, you have to come out here and see this course and
Twice or it's luck.
yeah. And then it becomes thrice or it's luck.
Good play there, making that gap look super wide, playing it for the 20-footer. He could have thrown something right at it, but that would make the gap a little bit smaller.
Good call. Chris is doing the same thing with the putter turnover forehand, keeping that a little short, but that's still inside the circle. Should be cleaned up for the par. He's still out.
Is he inside, you think?
No, actually, he's not even close. I always get tricked by these things. So it will be a bogey for Chris. It's fooled once again by the catch cam.
Nathan with a jumper of his own, and same result as the first hole. He's going to need to get that up a little bit. I suspect he's going to make the adjustment here soon.
Nathan is such a great putter when he's on. I mean, everyone is really, as Andrew knocks in the birdie putt, but his putt has so much height, and it goes up and then slams down, and that putt really didn't have that signature Nathan Queen height. And Nikko is going to miss his par putt, and that's going to be a bogey for Locastro.
Shaking his head in disbelief and a little bit of anger at himself, but can't be missing the shorties.
Yeah, you got to clean these up out here. It has, in a way, that same feel that you get at Northwood Black, where if you miss an opportunity, it feels like, man, birdie putts, par putts, you just got to clean them up.
I'm Paul Ulibarri with today's Bushnell hole breakdown. You can find the Edge Disc Golf Rangefinder at the link in the description. Hole 3 stands apart from the rest of the course here at Iron Hill. With the beautiful grassy fairways and this innocent looking tee shot, it provides a nice break before the heavy woods begins. Let's see how it plays out.
Andrew going with an air shot. I'm surprised to not see him lay down the roller, a really great roller thrower, but that's still in good position. I think he's got you want to finish a little bit left if you're a backhand thrower to open up that angle for the second.
Oh, this is just looking brilliantly thrown. It needs a hyzer just a little bit. I think this is perfect.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones you're going to see on this hole. That's awesome. And with them pushing this basket down the hill a little bit more, it really makes this approach so touchy. So every bit of distance you can get extra really goes a long way, no pun intended. As Chris has dug that one into the ground, and it is cut right, and that's going to be pretty far back. It's going to be a tough birdie bid for Dickerson. There's that roller. Got to push the left side trees, and that is looking beautiful.
And there's, to his point, he's got all the shots, ladies and gentlemen, and the control. That is picture perfect. He might be a little bit pinched on that tree to where he's going to have to... No, I think that actually opened up really nice for him there.
I think that last little bounce back he got off the base of the tree helped him. So, Chris, this is probably 360, if not farther.
He's not going to be after this shot.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, for a second there, I thought he was going to ring it up.
Wow.
That is a great shot just to have a birdie look. Great, great second shot from Chris.
This needs to flip. It does. Oh, horrible reaction.
Wow.
Gross.
That was really unfortunate. Nikko's going to want to release this with a little bit of anhyzer so it can come in flat. That is going to be a very sketchy, call it 28 feet.
Not a bad play, though. I mean, up there on the right side, it is totally terrifying.
Yes.
But he is in the circle.
Look how good that drive was from Queen. I mean, you can't play the hole better. Incredible. You can't even tell from there whether it's up. It's up, and you got yourself a birdie, sir. That'll bring Queen to 1 under for the round, and Nikko needs to make this to get back to even.
He's going to need to reflect for a second on that one. Just didn't come out with any spin there. Probably trying to make sure to get the... Oh. That one didn't either. Probably trying to get the spin on it, and...
Chris encouraging his disc to get full maximum roll after the miss. I don't think he really wanted that to happen, but I don't suspect he'll miss it a second time. Oh, gosh. Shut up, Jeremy. Man, tough putting start for Dickerson.
And Nikko.
Out of position for the birdie after the tee shot. Incredible second shot. And then his putter let him down on the green, and that'll be back-to-back bogeys for Chris. Fish will stay at 1 under, and Queen's at 1 under, and Nikko will tap in his par. Hole 4, kind of a similar feeling hole to hole 3. Paul, how do you play this one?
Yeah, so you're going to want to take something, a little bit of anhyzer down here. Make sure it's stable. You don't want it going right where that OB line is. Beat these trees, land anywhere right here or behind this, and then you have a tight corridor that goes all the way down here to the basket. You're not going to see really anybody go deep out of bounds. It's a pretty controllable shot into that green. Because of the height, it forces you to hit that gap. Main thing is to do exactly, this is drifting. This needs to sit quick.
Yeah, big skip right could be problematic for Queen. I think he's in bounds, but he is barely in bounds.
Yeah, that's it. That's pushing it as far to the right as you can.
Look at that trust there from Fish. I don't think he likes it, though. It was a little bit too wide, not quite enough anhyzer, and then the kick didn't really help.
The addition of the OB on the right really makes this hole, I feel like, tip-top shape. Mm-hmm. Forces you to throw control. Before, you could just kind of power anhyzer down there. And now...
This is looking special.
Oh, perfect.
This is looking really, really special.
Eagle bid.
Yeah, and he's through the gap that you're trying to hit off the tee, so that really makes that approach shot, it becomes a jump putt, and birdie is certainly way easier achieved. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing just fine, buddy. This is flexing out. This could be
oh my gosh,
giant as well.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to have a few more trees, I think, in the way than Nikko's, but you will not be complaining about that drive.
No, once you're that far up the fairway, as Fish just tries to get it in some sort of area, that's going to be pinch though. That was too far to the left. But once you're as far, wow, he was pushing this close.
Yeah, you could kind of hear the sigh of relief as he got the safe signal from the spotter.
Great.
Oh, wow. Yes. That is turning lemons into lemonade.
What I was saying is once you get inside 200 feet, I mean, I sound like a broken record. These guys are probably going to get up and down.
And if you don't, it's going to set you back. I mean, you have to. There's no option there. And Fish is, inside 200 feet, but he's going to have to work hard.
Yeah, when I say that, you're going to be inside the circle, most likely.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you to make the putt. That's what I mean.
Very few occasions where you're just so pinched off that you can't manage something, as you see there, Chris Dickerson showing the craftiness the Tennessee Mountain Boys.
Very good. He's going to have a putt that could get him rolling here. Missed a couple of them from about that distance.
And that is going to hurt for Fish. This one is not... This is the second easiest hole in the course. This is one you... I mean, par feels like the worst you really can accept. And, yeah, the bogeys, especially with no OBs, that's a tough one there for Fish.
Probably not a bunch of birdies on this one, but it is probably playing as the easiest because then you can throw it into the woods, get up and down from 100.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about the difficulty scale here at Iron Hill, it's a little bit different than other courses. This is still birdied by just over a third of the field, but, you know, it's difficulty. The reason why it's one of the easier is because only 13% of the field bogeyed it or worse.
Right.
Whereas some of these other holes that might see 35% of birdies like they do on this one are going to be matched with 35% bogey as well. High risk reward. On to hole 5, our first par 5 of the round, 780 feet, and it is just uphill the whole way. A pretty generously wide fairway, but it just shapes you left to right to left to right all the way up the hill. It's pretty difficult to play this one completely clean, but if you do, you could give yourself an eagle look.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like the style of play from this card, aside from maybe Dickerson, we're going to be looking at, if they play it perfectly, 100-foot up shots into the green for birdie.
Mm-hmm.
I know Nikko will get a little bit aggressive here.
That's low. It's driven. It got the straight skip. It got a beautiful kiss into the middle. And
All kinds of good action.
that's what happens when you talk to your disc.
I think that's going to be in position where he might be able to drop down a roller
Yeah.
because he made it to the right side of the fairway, which is super difficult, especially throwing.
This is great. A little shorter than Nikko's, but right in the middle, and he's just playing position golf and doing it perfectly.
I was going to say that he could get up there because he definitely has the distance, but knowing his gameplay, I feel like that's exactly what we were going to see from him. As this one's really early with the greatest kick of all time.
He doesn't even see it, doesn't care. He's just disgusted by the release. Have to learn from that and get over it because you're in the middle of the fairway. And that is not something that rarely happens out here.
Another lovely little boot.
Yes, it was.
And now he'll have sidearm pitch up to the green.
Yep, you're loving life at that point.
Fairway driver. And then now,
Yep.
I think that might have been maybe a high speed. Bad kick, but he'll be able to scramble.
And Queen is going to be on the left side of the fairway now, but I don't think he's out of position. But, yeah, he's saying he's right on a tree, so that's a little bit of that Army golf. Left, right. Oh, yeah, you called it. And missing the tree, not the best bounces, but, I mean, really for the distance that he got there in 2 shots.
Prime position there from Nikko. I mean, that's still fine. Oh, no. Misrelease. Bad kick to boot.
And if you're just a bit off on 5, it's...
Well, there comes in the fact that he doesn't have a sidearm. That would be a fairly easy approach to the green, but he's been having to do these back to the fairway shots, which just aren't... You lose a ton of accuracy.
And the Army golf continues for the card as Nikko and Fish are the only two really set up after their first two shots.
Fish hasn't thrown a good shot yet. Now he needs it.
So the group running a little low on energy right now. They're going to need to maybe encourage each other or maybe see a good shot or two. Sometimes that can help wake the whole group up.
Okay, 28 feet.
Yep.
Oh, it's so smooth. Bad reaction, but that was just buttery.
Yeah. He did what he needed to do. He made the initial gap, had great touch on it, found a little enemy at the gates, but I think he's going to be close enough where he's going to expect.
Par.
Yep. And for throwing 3 lackluster shots to get up there, par feels pretty good. I mean, these other guys didn't throw bad shots, and they're going to be taking bogeys. Well, not Nikko. And Dickerson could save the par here.
I think this could be. I thought that was for birdie.
I don't think it was. And that is a bogey for Nathan.
Yeah, you're right. Dickerson lost one left there.
And Nikko will be cleaning up the birdie. And you can see by the red numbers in the scorecard, this course is showing its teeth.
And you go all the way to 300 feet.
300 feet.
Wow. Well, this is definitely not my forte. So.
I mean, if I was laying up, I think I'd just go forehand. But
Gentlemen, just kidding. Oh boy.
Oh, those wacky Jomez always cooking up something on the Patreon.
Yeah, what are they doing? Go check it out. It looked fun.
Yeah, tell me what it is, because I want to know. Hole 6, par 4, 625 feet, slight right to left shape off the tee. There is an inside turnover forehand route. Either way, you're trying to get somewhere up near this gap here. If you can, you've done something incredible, and you've set yourself up for a short forehand or a backhand turnover approach. Those little rocks in the green keep you honest too, because if you hit one of those, you could still find yourself 30 to 35 feet away.
And this is looking just fantastic.
Push the back door. Even that tree kick, as annoying as that is, to not get the full flight, it still keeps them in the middle.
Yep. You want to push the right side on a little hyzer, which is what they're trying to do here. That's too far right, obviously, but you want something that pushes that. That way you don't end up way left. Once you end up way left, it pinches off that gap, and then you're going to be in scramble mode right in the middle of the fairway. This looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it does.
Same tree.
Same tree.
Still a good shot. I mean, that's going right down the fairway. That's the only one you have to miss on that right side. Can we get a tree 3 for 3?
No.
Oh, he beats it.
I think he threw the best shot. Yeah, he was flipping up the whole way. Didn't quite push the back edge of the fairway. And it could, if it didn't stand up as much as it did, then that would have been too far left. But instead, he's going to be right in the edge of the fairway. The problem there is that gap that he's going to have on his second shot as Queen hits the first tree in front of him is going to be very difficult for Chris's upcoming second.
Yeah, he's going to have to throw through a tiny pinch line that Nikko's going through right here. Oh, wow.
Missed that rock. Okay.
Or some kind of crazy Anheuser stable flex out. Nutty, crazy, difficult, and fish. Dang it.
Fish is not quite hitting his lines yet.
And that's not going to be easy from there either.
No. That wall is still a wall. And it's still in front of him.
Surprising play to go Anheuser for fish here, but Just his sidearm game's very good.
Yeah, he's got that really nice ultimate form. He's been an ultimate player for as long as anyone's known him in the disc golf community, as Chris has just pierced that backdoor sidearm gap to perfection. That'll be a birdie for Dickerson. But yeah, Fish's forehand is better than serviceable. It's very good. It's a good touchy forehand.
Very good. You can tell by the way he pushed his body forward. He was just worried about getting through that gap.
And that was a par save attempt for Fish that came up short. Now Nikko for birdie. And that's a good up and in. And look at that. There's a little turkey there for Nikko starting to settle into his game.
Yeah, 3 in a row on this course is... Oh, man.
Queen is going to be taking a
It's
double.
really good. It's really good. As you can see from the card mates, they're struggling, so getting birdies out here is tough.
And Dickerson's second shot, absolutely perfect. That is a nice little birdie there, and the accordion round goes on for Chris. Not a single par through 6 holes, yet he has found himself at even. And introducing a new color into the graphic there, unfortunately for Nathan Queen with the double bogey. And moving on to the second par 3 on the course, hole 7. 370 feet. Tight fairway that goes downhill starting right about here. The play is to turn a forehand over. I don't know what the drone is doing. It is lost. It has found a new fairway that does not exist on hole 7. The play is like the flex right to left shaped forehand that finishes back to the right.
This is an overstable disc. As you can see, it flex out. Decent. That's par. Which is good on this hole. This is such a hard hole.
Such a hard hole. It is. I am always amazed when people get their forehands to this gap. I look at this and I think, man, this is something I really think I can do. And it just challenges me every time I step up to this tee. And it challenges everyone. It doesn't matter how good you are, what your strengths are. I mean, the gap is initially difficult, and then once you get past what you can see, it's a lot of trusting this line that you've chosen off the tee, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Understable mid-range here.
And if this continues to turn over, this is going to be amazing. Oh.
Yep, that's the one you got to miss. Once you miss that one, then you just have about 19 more to miss. If you miss those...
There's 6 more to go, and then you're good.
Yep.
With just 2 more to go after that.
Then your circle's edge.
Yeah, right. With a rock in the way. I mean, this one is a tough one. As you can see here, no one really even sniffing the birdie. I feel like that basket's just cocky. The way it's just sitting there in the green, like not even concerned that anyone's ever going to trouble him for a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
He's proud.
This is one of the holes that remains unscathed as far as the course designers. Like, I'm just going to leave that one the way it is.
We made it harder than we wanted to, and we're fine with that, you know?
Put it on a high rise.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well.
Might as well.
They're scrambling well, though.
Yeah, they all managed to miss the initial trees early, and if you do that, par shouldn't be too difficult, as Nikko's got himself a little birdie bid.
Good height.
Mm-hmm. Narrowly missing the 4 in a row stretch, which is rarely ever seen at Iron Hill. I mean, 4 in a row, that's almost unheard of, but 6 in a row? My fellow commentator starting the tournament off with 6 birdies in a row. That was pretty special.
Nikko with a little tap in. Pretty good. Pretty good. 7 was the one that ended my streak, wasn't it?
It was this hole, and you were early off the tee, and it was looking like you were going to get your first bogey, but you threw a great scramble shot, and you saved your par. So off to the races was Paul Ulibarri in round 1. Hole 8, par 5, 780 feet. This is the easiest hole in the course, averaging 4.67. The play is just to keep it straight as you can off the tee, and really even on the approach. The landing zone's tricky though. You have rocks every single square inch of the landing zone, so kicks can kind of put you off the fairway even if you throw it right up the gut. But if you do keep it in the middle, you do put yourself in position to maybe try to attack this green and 2 for the eagle.
Understable. There's the hyzer flip he was talking about in his interview. He said, I got all the shots, man. To land it in the middle like that, that's extremely uphill, which means that disc has to be very understable to hyzer up the hill and hyzer at the brink of the top right there. That's 20 feet above the tee pad.
And Chris going flippy forehand, and I like the tree play, playing the kick back to the middle of the fairway.
Smart.
Not many people would go for that.
Fish did a few holes ago. Didn't work very well for him.
Yeah.
He needs to do it. That went so straight for so long.
And good rock play there for Andrew Fish, playing the smart side of the rock to come back to the middle of the fairway.
You think Queen's going to try to go tree rock?
I know that he likes to rock. I mean, that's one thing about Nathan Queen that no one is questioned.
No tree. Very good shot. Jeez, very good shot.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones. That is set up perfectly. This group is all in good position here on 8. And I like that. Chris just hitting that initial gap with a little bit of anhyzer with a high-speed disc, but not throwing it hard. Just making sure you get doing the easy stuff early and not necessarily trying to push some sort of hero shot super far down the fairway.
Nikko going for the aggressive sidearm flip up to flat. This looks great.
Yeah, it does, man. I can't really see his forehand without thinking, once again, nobody talks about Nikko's forehand. And it's something he's put so much time into. At one point in his career, I remember in 2011, he was throwing lefty backhands off the tee because he so badly did not want to throw forehands. And now his forehand is better than serviceable. It's a quality arsenal.
Absolutely, yeah.
As Queen just laces that down the middle, another beautiful shot.
Which is one of the amazing things about Nikko's career, winning Player of the Year 3 to 4 times without a sidearm. Just working the field over with angles and great putting. Look at this shot.
Wow. Wow, Andrew Fish, what a recovery. He loves it. And what's not to love? Through that gap all the way to the corner, up to the basket. Beautiful. And that's probably why Nikko thinks that he's better now than he's ever been. He's more well-rounded.
Well, yeah, he has that sidearm shot now. He has the dual
spin putt, push putt.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's one of the only ones left from his generation. I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, you, him, Macbeth even a little bit. Pushing back in that era. I suppose I probably entered the chat. Nikko, what a putt there. But Nikko's been playing pro since, 2006 maybe?
Yes, our rookie season was 2007.
Okay.
Which was won by Corey Sharp, Rookie of the Year.
And that season, you had rookies like you and Nikko, obviously Corey Sharp, Devin Owens, I believe, as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very...
Philo, I think.
Wow, what a star-studded rookie season that was. like the 2003 NBA draft class.
I believe Conrad.
That's incredible. That's historic. And we got our first star frame there. The group played that one terrific. Andrew Fish with the incredible third shot. Great putt from Nikko, and just all around great play from Dickerson and Queen. Moving on to the final hole, the front 9, hole 9.
Why? They just did really good on the last hole. Let's just skip 9.
Just go to 10. It's a dog leg right par 4. You want to throw what? 280 to 300 off the tee?
Yeah, right around there, I think. Maybe even shorter. If you're going with the mid-range or something, there is the super aggressive play where people have been turning it over down the fairway and getting looks at the basket. I heard a rumor. Oh boy, there's a rumor that he'll never find that disc again.
Yep, that's gone.
That Corey Ellis threw this one into the circle from the tee.
Well, that boy is good. Corey Ellis has been finding his rhythm lately.
That's perfect.
Yep. Great distance control there from Dickerson. That's going to set himself up for a nice little 260 to 270 downhill.
Rally cap.
I like that. Just needs to unfold itself, and that is going to be left. But if he had enough distance off the tee before that tree kick, he might not be in the worst position. However, where Nikko kicked off to the right, that is just completely nothing. There's nothing there. Yeah, that is making the hole easier. And look at that. There's the rock and roll. Little root action, maybe standing up, getting an extra 10, 15 feet.
Where is this kid?
I don't know. He found like a walking path or something.
That's great. Wherever that ends up,
doesn't
matter that he covered a lot of ground there.
He's by the short tee or something.
I asked us to skip this hole. So this is on you, Jerm.
Go do something else. I got this one.
No, I'm saying Nikko's troubles is your fault.
Oh, that's fine. I got that one too. Yeah, you can see Fish. Just that last tree was the only thing stopping another incredible approach. But yeah, that's the difference between kicking left and kicking right. Right there, can't really illustrate it any better. Oh, look at that.
Park job.
Chris is going to finish the front line at 2 under with only 1 par.
Go.
And he's going to get away with it as far as not hitting early trees. Still going to have to solidify that birdie with a nice 30-foot putt.
Is this for birdie? Oh, boy, that would have been something, huh?
You could have called the cops on him because that would have been a complete steal.
High again.
Hi there.
He needs this one.
Agreed.
Threw too good of a drive.
Yeah, you just got to capitalize. Great putt there. There might not be anything more frustrating in disc golf than throwing a great drive like Queen did there and just completely botching the approach and then not capitalizing on your opportunity, even though you got away with it. So good thing there for Queen to bounce back. And we've got some fighters on this card today, Yuli.
Yeah.
And let's look at that front 9. We've got 6 down for Austin Hannum and then 5 down for us, the rest of the entire leaderboard. That is incredible. The front 9 is a little bit more scoreable, though. That back 9 really starts to play tricks on the field. Come back for 9 more holes from the front 9 here in Newark, Delaware for the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. Thank you to the Founders Club.